Well, hello everybody. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. We are back in Smite with another game guide on the god Maui, hero of Hawaii. Smite's next Polynesian god. Yes, it's this Maui. If you are new to my channel, I will have two separate sections, a quick guide that I will cover the bare basics, and my comprehensive guide that will go into full detail of the god. You can also check down below in the description of my video for timestamps, where I have all the sections of my video outlined. While you're on your way down there, please like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. Thank you for all the love and support, and let's start the quick guide with Maui's passive. Maui's passive is, oh boy, Mana Kalani? I'm probably butchering that, but that's probably as best as I'm gonna get when it comes to pronunciating that. So when you apply any hard CC to an enemy god, that indicator will show up above their head. If you auto them, you're going to empower your next auto. You can see that my hook is glowing and the indicator above my avatar picture has started glowing. This indicates that my next auto attack will pull the enemy god. Maui's first ability is Master Fisherman. This is a charged ranged hook. So when you activate the ability, Maui starts swinging his hook. And as you can see, the pathway here started to glow the longer I held this ability. When I release or use the ability, the hook goes out, grabs, and slightly pulls the enemy god. Maui's second ability is Mystical Lua. This is a ranged thrown ability that gives area effect bonuses to yourself and teammates. So when you activate the ability, Maui throws this mystical fish out that leaves a giant pillar of water. When you're within the radius of this, you're getting bonus protections and movement speed. Additionally, if teammates stand in the center of the ability, after 1 second, they are teleported towards Maui. Maui's third ability is Solar Swing. This is your engage and escape as Maui. When you activate the ability, Maui jumps up and hooks the sun, swinging forward, then back and forward again, and then landing. At any time during that swing, you can reactivate the ability and land early. You can even activate the ability and right click or left click right away and land right away. Now when Maui lands on enemies, he stuns them and activates his passive. Maui's ultimate is Landfall. This is a ranged pull. Basically, when you use the ability, Maui jumps up, pulls up an island, and anyone in the radius gets pulled towards Maui. Additionally, you and any allies or enemies cannot walk through that giant island that is pulled out of the ground. This ability is great for blocking exits and entrances in the jungle when you are team fighting in the late game. Okay, we're going to take a look at starting fights as Maui. This combo that I'm going to showcase will pretty much delete any high damage glass cannon characters on the enemy team. It's just going to burst them out. It's just going to delete them. So you're going to start by using Landfall, knocking them towards you and damaging them, and then immediately using Solar Swing to jump up and land on the spot to damage them further and stun them. You're then going to auto attack them and quickly use Master Fisherman to pull them. You're then going to auto attack them one more time to pull them towards you, and then throw out Mystical Lua to chase or to continue boxing with whoever you're fighting. Let's showcase this. Not too bad. That combo will kill a lot of people. And the reason why you're autoing before I use Master Fisherman is so you can get your passive powered, so you can pull them, furthering the CC that you were doing to them. Alright, taking a look at escaping as Maui. Maui doesn't have a hard time getting away just because of the versatility of his kit. you can simply just use Solar Swing to hop over a wall and get away. And if that doesn't work, you can use Landfall to block any passages that might lead towards you and just continue running away. And there you have it. That is the bare basics to playing Maui, the hero of Hawaii, Smite's newest Polynesian god release. I hope you learned something. This should be enough information to get you into matches and do alright. At least in regular matches, casual. I wouldn't recommend ranked until you get a little bit of practice. My comprehensive guide is going to start very shortly here. So stick around if you're interested in more information on Maui. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you do not miss any of my channel's game guide releases in the future. And let's get started on the comprehensive guide. Alright, let's get this comprehensive guide started for Maui, the hero of Hawaii, Smite's newest god release. Hi-Rez was aiming to keep him out of the solo lane and jungle and try to keep him as solely a guardian, but that didn't really pan out and it didn't really keep us from trying him in other roles. So he can be played in solo, jungle, and support and do fairly well in all three of these roles. I will cover his abilities with stats and even showcase starting and fleeing fights as Maui, his leveling order for all game modes, laning phase if you're going solo or support, and jungle. And finally, wrapping up with do's and don'ts, just giving you a rough outline of what you should be looking to do as Maui and what you should not be doing as Maui. Check the description of my video for timestamps if you want to skip to a certain section of my video. Now, let's take a look at Maui's abilities. Alright, let's take a look at Maui's passive, Mana Kalani. I probably butchered that, sorry. So when any heart CC is applied to an enemy god near Maui, whether it was applied by himself or an ally, that hook will appear above the enemy god. This means the next auto attack that you land on that character will empower your next auto attack. When you auto attack after your hook is empowered like this, and it's going to last until you make another auto attack, you're going to pull that enemy towards you. Your passive is then going to go on cooldown for 10 seconds. As you can see on the left above my character's avatar, you can see the hook coming off of cooldown. Quickly do this again, do the auto attack, pull, you're going to see that it is now starting to refill. Once that is full, you can use your passive again if you hard CC and auto attack somebody. Maui's first ability is Master Fisherman. This is a ranged charged grab. So when you activate the ability, Maui starts to swing his hook, and you can see this reticle in front of me started to glow. That is indicating how far the hook is going to fly. At max charge, it's going to fly the max distance, grab, and cripple the enemy and deal damage. If you activate the ability and release it right away, it won't fly as far. Additionally, your first ability does not proc your passive, as it doesn't count as a hard form of CC. Taking a look at the stats for Master Fisherman, the damage at level 1 is 100 plus 50% of your magical power scaling. At max rank, it's 360 damage plus your additional magical power scaling. The minimum range that this hook can travel is 10, and the maximum range is 55. Maui's second ability is Mystical Lua. This is the one ability in his kit that is truly just a support ability. When you cast the ability, Maui curls a mystical fish. It leaves an area effect that is giving protections and movement speed to yourself and allies that are within the radius of this ability. You'll also notice that when I throw the ability, there is that pillar of water that is left. The reason why that is there, and I'll showcase it in just a second here, is when you use this ability, if an ally stands in that pillar for 1 second, they are teleported to Maui. This leaves you with so many different potentials for getting your allies out of a hard situation or starting interesting fights. For instance, this ability can be used through walls. You could huck that and just start running into a fight, and your teammate will get pulled towards you. This will make ganking as a jungler very, very interesting. Looking at Mystical Lua's stats, the protections it's providing at level 1 is 5 and 25 at max rank. The movement speed is 4% at rank 1 and then 20% at max rank. The radius of the ability is 110, and the ability lasts for 5 seconds, at least when it comes to providing the protections and movement speed. Maui's third ability is Solar Swing. This is your engage and disengage as Maui. When you activate the ability, Maui jumps up into the air, hooks the sun, and swings forward, back, forward before crashing down on the ground. When you use this ability, you can cancel it early to land. Keep in mind though, when you are up there, you're going to land where the radius is. When you jump up and land on an enemy god, you do damage, stun them, and apply your passive. I can now auto attack this Odin to empower my auto, and then further CC him. This ability can also be used to traverse walls by just jumping through them or over them, as long as there's somewhere for you to land on the other side. If there isn't somewhere for you to land on the other side, you're just going to come back and land right here. I tried landing, but there's a giant rock on that side and it won't allow me to land there, so it kept me swinging and I was forced to land where I started. Looking at the stats for Solar Swing, at level 1 you're getting 110 damage plus 60% of your magical power in scaling. At max rank you're getting 335 damage with 60% of your magical power scaling. The stun duration is 1 second at rank 1 and then increases to 1.5 seconds at max rank. Maui's ultimate is Landfall. I know that reticle looks scary. It's actually pretty simple. So the center circle is where the island is going to form when you use this ability. The outer circle is showing the pullback range and damage that this ability does. So when you jump up into the air when you cast this ability, you are CC immune and undamageable, and you pull enemies towards you if they were in that radius that I discussed earlier. Additionally, as you can see, a giant island was left. That is because that island can be used to block player movement. So when my ultimate comes off cooldown here, when I cast it in this passageway, the island will come up. I'm not allowed to walk through this. I can also cancel it early by recasting the ability if I put it in a really bad spot or if I blocked an ally. Additionally, your ultimate does not proc your passive. Taking a look at the stats for Landfall, the damage at rank 1 is 275 with 80% magical power scaling. At max rank, it's 675 damage with 80% of your magical power scaling. The minimum range that you can use this ability is 20, and the maximum range is 60. The island also remains on the battleground, blocking player movement for 4 seconds total at all ranks. Alright, let's take a look at starting fights as Maui. So in my opinion, the highest combo that you can do is Maui, that is going to delete any squishy. You're going to start by casting Landfall, doing damage and pulling them towards you. You're then going to jump up with Solar Swing and land on the spot, doing further damage and stunning them. You're then going to quickly get an auto attack in as soon as you land, then use Master Fisherman to hook and do more damage, and then throw Mystical Lua to chase and continue auto attacking or boxing them if they're standing their ground. Let's showcase that. As you can see, that killed that Guan Yu, so I wasn't able to show the rest of that. As you can see, that does a buttload of damage if you're going full damage Maui. Now, I'll try to quickly show that on the Odin here, just because you won't die to it. I was just kind of showcasing how much damage that does do. So, we're going to ult him, jump up, stun him, auto, hook, pull, auto, 2, and keep on him. That's what that would look like if they don't die halfway through that combo. Combo 2 that you can do as Maui you kind of change up the order of your abilities. So you're gonna start with landfall. You're gonna start with landfall, pulling them towards you. Then cast Master Fisherman to pull and do more damage to them. Then you're gonna cast out Mystical Lua to get your protections and movement speed. At this point, if you've done a lot of burst damage, they're gonna try to flee. So when they try to escape, you're then gonna use Solar Swing to continue chasing them, stunning them, and doing more damage. Let's showcase this. Grab Mystical Lua. Let's say he jumps, he's get away. I can use my escape to re-land on him and further pull them because I've got my basic proc ready. Now let's take a look at combos you can do if you don't have your ultimate. So the most basic thing that you're going to see a lot of Mauis do is they're going to start with Solar Swing, landing on their enemies, immediately using their hook, Master Fisherman, to grab them, doing more damage, and then casting Mystical Lua to continue fighting, or maybe even helping your teammates get into the fight because of the movement speed that is providing. So what you can do, just to showcase this, you're going to jump up, land on them, hook them, pull them, throw out your Lua, and keep fighting. A different way that you can do this, that's essentially the same. Instead of throwing Mystical Lua last, say you have a teammate that you want to pull that's behind you, you can throw out your Mystical Lua, jump up, land on them, have them teleport to you, and hook them, keeping them in place while your teammate shows up and damages them further with you. For Maui's final combo that I'm going to showcase here, you're going to start with Master Fisherman, grabbing and pulling the enemy. At this point, if they don't want to fight, they're going to jump and run away. That's when you can use Landfall to catch them out and pull them back towards you, then use Solar Swing to land and stun them, doing more damage, and then throwing Lua to keep the chase. Let's showcase that. We're gonna grab, let's just say he's turned around, he's turned to run. We can throw our ult out. Missed. Well, shit. Well, that's embarrassing. Let's try that again. We're gonna use Master Fisherman. You know what? You get the idea. I ain't showcasing this. I can't even land it right now. Come on. It's not even that hard. He's moving in a set direction. Like, come on. There we go. There we go, okay? There we have it. Jeez, I butchered that twice. Alright, let's go over getting away as Maui. So one thing you're going to make a habit as a Maui player is when you're running, if your Mystical Lua is up, just throw it and continue running. Another thing you can do is just simply jump over any wall and get away. Keep in mind that if they have a leap, you can go forward and leap back and wait to see if they jump the wall. If they jump the wall, you can stay on the original side, essentially just juking the hell out of them. And finally, the last thing you can do if you're trying to get away as a Maui, pretty simple. You just cast your ultimate and walk away. They're going to have to either burn their escape to get to you, or they're just going to give up. And if they use their escape to get to you, you still have your Solar Swing to further increase the distance between you, and then you can cast Mystical Lua for more movement speed. You're essentially just going to be gone. There is no getting to you. You are gone. All right, leveling order. So keep in mind, this is my personal preference. If I am playing in jungle, solo, even support as Maui, I'm going to put my first level into Solar Swing. This is because it does the most damage out of all its abilities, and you're getting your hard CC from it, which then also activates your passive, giving you further CC. That's just overall great. And since it's area effect, it's so good in the jungle because you're hitting multiple things. At level 2, I put my second point into Master Fisherman, getting my hook ready. My third point back into the hook to continue leveling that. And then my fourth into Mystical Lua, and my final fifth point into Landfall. That is your first level, your level 5 points. Basically your bare, how you should, I guess, basically start. Now, when it comes to maxing, I personally max out the hook, then Mystical Leap, Landfall, and Mystical Lua last. The stats for Mystical Lure are nice, but most of the time, since it has a certain radius, you're using it more for the telly to get your teammates in. Alright, laning phase as Maui. For me personally, I like to start with his jump just because it does the most damage at rank 1. You can hit the whole entire wave if you land it correctly, and you get that stun and you can get your passive proc. So when you're laning in the solo or in the support, I personally like to start with the solar swing because it just does the most damage, and you also get you have some nice CC that can help your ADC out, and you know, then you get your mana Kalani up and you can further CC enemy gods that are in the lane, especially in the solo lane. I mean, this ability is infuriating because you can't hit the enemy god that's there, and with your autos you can keep attacking. You can also even hit their support if they're there, hitting the minions, because your autos go, or it's basically, your autos are basically clean, so they go through the entire minion wave and will hit any enemy gods that are in the radius of the autos. Do's and don'ts as Maui. Let's start by taking a look at do's. When using a mystical lure, use it to save teammates or engage targets as much as possible. Since this ability is a unique way to escape and start fights, it is essential when you are supporting or if you are jungling to use this ability to start fights or get teammates out of fights. Second, juke and wait out enemies when using Solar Swing. If you're going to hop a wall, wait a second and see if the enemy is going to jump over the wall as well. If they do, re-land on the spot and run away. Third, look for opportunities to pull key targets with landfall and block entrances to objectives. That pull is really strong, and if you can catch the squishies with them, it's almost guaranteed that they're going to die unless they burn beads. Fourth, in the late game, look to disrupt key targets and keep your backline safe with all the CC that you have. Taking a look at the don'ts. As Maui, you need to be careful about chasing too hard. Solar Swing is a good ability, but has a flaw. The wind-up time of you basically jumping off the ground and getting up to the air, you can still be killed on your way up. So try to use the ability early to prevent that from happening. Also, since it is a little bit slow, you're not going to get as much distance away as you would like with the ability. Careful when using landfall. Don't accidentally block off teammates. If you do, recast the ability to let them through. Finally, when using Master Fisherman on any of the late game auto attacking based gods, don't hold it for the full duration. This is because the enemies can still attack back and you're going to lose a lot of your health if you're holding them with that hook. It's better just to hook them to get the damage and then just let go and use something else to continue fighting them. Phew. That's everything for Maui, the hero of Hawaii, the newest Polynesian god that has been added into Smite. I hope you learned something new, and I look forward to seeing you in any of my next videos. So please like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my future game guide releases. Thanks for everything, and I'll see you in my next video.